Shingeki no Kyojin is an anime with many greatness, from the great soundtrack to the great animation like those beautiful onion coupon hands to just absolute banger after banging episodes, plot twists left, right, and center, and just leaves you in so much distress. But you're just so eager to watch that next episode. But before that, you watch that next episode, and when that episode comes to an end, you need a time to just sort of chill out and just sort of get your thoughts together and just sort of come to terms with what happened in the episode, and you need to like sort of clear your mind. And what better way than to have an Attack on Titan ending song playing in that background? And throughout the years there have been many great ending songs, but I'm just wondering, what is the best ending song? What ending theme was, in my opinion, the best in terms of visuals, song, and heck, even story? Because some of these have some sort of mini story in them. So I'm going to rank all 6 ending songs from the worst to the best. Before I start the video, I will warn you, it is my opinion and it is what it is. You don't have to agree with me, you can like or dislike the video, but this is my list. So on with the ranking. And unfortunately, coming at last place and at number 6 is Attack on Titan Season 2 ending song. And yeah, you know this ending song. I'm not even going to pronounce the artist or the song because I might butcher the names of it. And yeah, the song does have, the way it starts off, I do kind of like that sort of beat. It is really good, but then once they start opening their mouths and singing, I'm like, ugh, what is this? This just feels really weird. And I'm not gonna lie, man, but this song and the whole visuals do not match the tone of season 2 at all. If anything, it sort of matches the tones of like the future seasons, and I feel like something like this would have been better suited, like probably towards the end, maybe in season 4, because a lot of the stuff that sort of happens in this ending theme sort of foreshadows future events that are going to happen in the story that haven't been adapted into an anime. And the fact that they sort of like, they, if you dissect this, you're definitely going to get an idea of what's going to happen in the story. But I like how they keep it a little bit vague, but at the same time it's like it's a lot, it's very spoilery, I'm not gonna lie. It's probably the most spoiler filled ending song out of all of them. It's very creepy and it really matches the tone and the vibe of what was happening in the future story, but in season 2 story, nah, it really doesn't at all. So I thought it was a bit weird that they decided to use this sort of ending theme for season 2, and I'm not a fan of the song either. I think it's just really, it's just kind of creepy, and it just doesn't fit season 2. Season 2 is dark, but it's not creepy dark. It's not like what happens in the future seasons, and I feel like the ending should have been more dedicated to Ymera, Historia's girl Ymera, not the other Ymera, because this season really delved deep into her backstory and we got to see a lot more of this character, and it was definitely the last time we saw a lot of her, so it would have been a nice sort of send-off for her in a way, having bits and pieces of her, like maybe flashbacks in the ending song. But again, it's just my silly little opinion. Coming at 5th place, Name of Love. Now, I really love this song. This song is a banger. It's just such a beautiful goodbye to this part of the story of Attack on Titan, and also a goodbye to Wit Studio and sort of handing it down to MAPPA'S Studio. And yeah, the song is just such a beautiful lullaby in a way, just saying goodbye, and you have all these like cool flashback scenes of every moment from seasons 1 to 3, all the good times and all the funny times with the cast, and it's just a feel-good song because you start feeling nostalgic after watching this show for how many years up until this point. But despite the song being lovely and all that, the visuals, yeah, it's nice seeing the flashbacks, but they're kind of boring to look at. We've seen these shots from the anime already, so it's just sort of compilation of what's been happening in the show. With the other endings, they at least have anime original like scenes and like sequences which look so much more better and groovy to watch. But with this one, it's more or less just it's just sort of like splicing together a cool clip show of all the good times of Attack on Titan seasons 1 to 3 by Wit Studio. At number 4, we have got Shock by Yuko Ando. And this song, I just like the visuals of it more than the song itself, to be honest with you. But I think the song and the visuals just blend so well together. I think it's probably the first ending out of all of them that I feel like they made the song before they made the visuals, because with every like scene and like every beat of the song, especially those cool visual effects sequences in the halfway point, it just sort of, the way they just sort of morph and whiz around the screen, it just matches so perfectly to the beat of the song. And then when you see this cool tree paths, it looks so beautiful and luscious and vibrant. And again, it really works with the whole beat of the song. Every scene, even the scenes with Falco just reaching his hand out, it's just really nice. I like the shots with like Gabby and Rhino in the mix as well. And I love this sort of like shot with Falco in the center with the birds flying up into the sky, and you have all these Malian soldiers running across the battlefield. It's got that World War II vibe as well. I like the film grain as well, and it's just so much damn foreshadowing for Falco in a way, with all those birds in the background. And yeah, it's definitely the whole Wings of Freedom aspect is very heavily prevalent in this song. The song I like, but it's not my favorite song out of all the ending songs. I do prefer the other ending songs, and yeah, it's just more of a preference thing. It's not that it's a bad ending. I just prefer the other top 3 songs way more than this one. And let's just get on to number 3. And at number 3, we have Great Escape by Cinema Staff. Now, I just like the animation sequences in this song. It looks so damn visually appealing, and the budget that went into this is just sort of crazy. I like the whole stylization of the characters, and just sort of, I like the sort of foreshadowing. You have Aaron and his trio of friends on one side, and then on the other side you have all the other guys who Aaron doesn't really know. And I like how Historia is sort of opposite towards like Reiner, Bertel, Annie, and Ymira, because even though she's friends with Ymira, like she's standing on the opposite side. It's also foreshadowing that she's not really in cahoots with these guys. And of course, spoiler alert, if you know, you know about these 4 guys and their specific abilities. And I just like the cool little acorn. I don't know what it symbolizes, but it's just so cool. And it's just sort of rolling down throughout the entire ending. And I like how we see it again. I like these shots with Aaron and his tie-ins and these sort of cool 3D transitions of the attack tie-in. It's like, damn, the budget was high on this one. And the scouts attacking the Titans. Just beautiful, man. Just a visually appealing ending. The song itself, you could even mistake it for an actual opening because it's so upbeat, it's so hyperactive, it's just so, it's got a lot of energy. It's just go, 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 and it feels like an opening, and I just love it as well. It really works. Very nostalgic as well. Now, the top 2 songs was really difficult to pick because they're both amazing, and I couldn't really decide which one I liked. The songs are both great in their own right, despite them being very different. The visuals are both very unique, yet also pretty damn similar at times in terms of some of the art style with that sort of sketchiness to it, and I just couldn't really decide which one I preferred. So I just sort of took a step back and just thought, which one do I think is just an overall better ending? And I'm like, oh, without a doubt. Number 2 belongs to season 3 part 1's ending with Historia. in the main fold. I can't pronounce the name, but it's performed by Link to Horizon, and I just love the whole Alice in Wonderland sort of vibe to it, and just sort of the music. It's just so creepy, yet soothing, yet nostalgic, yet very haunting at the same time. It's beautiful, and I just like how it just starts off with these little kids sort of singing, and then you have the adult sort of transitioning, and as soon as the adult starts to talk, that's when things start to really go crazy. And then you have the drums in the background, and I kind of thought it was like a cool little like symbolism, as when it started off with the kids talking, everything seemed to be very peaceful and calm, and then once the adult starts to talk or sing in the song, which is the main Link to Horizon's performer, that's when things start to take a turn for the worse. And it kind of correlates to how adults in the world of Attack on Titans are sort of responsible for all this carnage and chaos, and how children are just sort of lost and innocent and just sort of forced into these situations with no choice. And as soon as the adult sort of says something, like his story just sort of falls down into the ocean, and she has no control or free will. And I also love the beat of the song matching with the scouts sort of like doing their Shinzo Sasageo salutes. And it just matches so damn well. It matches so damn well. And I like the cool transition with Ymira from child to adulthood, and his story sort of running through the field. And it's just really beautiful, yet very haunting at the same time. It's just such a groovy song, and it's such a groovy visual. But despite that, I did slightly prefer number one a bit more, just because of the nostalgia and just because how beautiful the song is. And that is without a doubt Seasons 1 Part 1's ending, and that's performed by Yoko Hikasha. And yeah, this entire ending is dedicated to Mikasa from childhood to adulthood, and I just flipping love how it just starts. It's very similar to the Historia one, and I'm guessing that ending was sort of inspired by this one, which is why I wanted to put this at number one, because this one came before it, and I just love how I love how it starts off in black and white, and then it kind of transitions to color when she's sort of in the present moment at the time. And I just sort of love how it just sort of starts off with like these cool little visuals of her running through a forest, and she looks very lost, and then she just sees nothing but knives and just bloody knives everywhere, and very sketchy sort of charcoal effect that this drawing style has. Is just really beautiful, and it's just really nice to look at. I do prefer the black and white scenes more than the color scenes, but it's just a visually appealing ending. And the song as well, I like how it just starts off really calming, and then as she transitions to child to teenager, it just starts to get all upbeat, and it's just so epic. And yeah, it's almost perfect. It's practically a perfect ending, and that is my favorite ending song of Attack on Titan. It's just beautiful. It foreshadows a lot of stuff, and it's just a treat to listen and to watch. But tell me in the comments down below, what ending do you think is the best? Did you like this video? Did you hate it? Like this video, subscribe for more anime and manga reactions and reviews. Continue to be subscribed to this channel for more Attack on Titan videos, like video essays, reactions, reviews, and TV versus Blu-ray comparisons. But that's it. Thank you for watching, and as always, Boarded Reviews signing out.